Welcome students, welcome to my next video. Standard 7th, topic number 2, India before the time of Shivaji Maharaj. My dear students, already I have uploaded 2 civics lessons and 1 history. Now further I am going to go with history. In this topic, you are going to see who all ruled before Shivaji Maharaj, who all ruled India before Shivaji Maharaj. We are going to focus on that. Now Pal in 8th century was a famous dynasty in Bengal. In central India, Gurjar Pratiharas spread up to Andhra, Kalinga, Vidarbha, West Kathiawar, Kanauj and Gujarat. My dear students, among the Rajput dynasties in the North India, the Gadwal and the Parmar dynasties are one of the important ones. Among the Rajput, Prithviraj Chauhan, a valiant king, in the first war of Tarai, Prithviraj Chauhan had defeated Muhammad Ghori, but Muhammad Ghori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in the second war of Tarai. Raja Raja the first, and Rajendra I, belonging to Chola dynasty in Tamil Nadu, were the eminent rulers. The Cholas conquered Maldives island, Sri Lanka, using their naval strength. King Vishnuvardhan, belonging to Hosala dynasty in Karnataka, has conquered the whole of Karnataka. During the reign of Govind III, Rashtrakuta dynasty in Maharashtra, the Rashtrakutas spread from Kanauj up to Rameshwar. Later Krishna III or Krishna III conquered the region up to Allahabad. The trade dynasties of Shilaharas emerged in western Maharashtra. One dynasty ruled over Thane and Raigad in the north Konkan, the second in the south Konkan, while the third dynasty ruled over the present-day Kolhapur, Satara, Sangli, Belgaum district. Now you can see here, these were the few rulers who ruled before Shivaji. You could see the Rajput dynasties. We could see Prithviraj Chauhan, who defeated Muhammad Ghori. And later on we saw Muhammad Ghori defeating Prithviraj Chauhan in the second war of Tarai. We would also see the last prosperous power before the advent of Shivaji Maharaj was the Yadavas. The capital of Bhillam, the fifth of the Yadava dynasty, was at Devgiri near Aurangabad. He extended his rule beyond river Krishna. The Yadav period is considered to be the golden period in Marathi language. Let me tell you, Marathi language and literature. During Yadava period, Marathi language and literatures were encouraged by the Yadava rulers. It was in this period that the Mahanubhav Panth and the Varkari movement emerged. Not only they emerged, but they progressed. Now, my dear students, let us see the local dynasties like Yadava, Rashtrakutas ruled in Maharashtra, but the invaders from the northwest conquered the local dynasties and established their own rule. The Arab general Muhammad bin Qasim attacked Sindh province in the 8th century. Notwithstanding the resistance of King Dair, he conquered the province of Sindh. Due to the campaign of Arabs, came into political contact with the Indians for the first time. In that period, it was followed by Turks, Afghans, Mughals from Central Asia. They came to India and established their power. Now let me say something about Sultan Muhammad of Ghazni. If you look at Sultan Muhammad of Ghazni, he was not interested to rule over India. He wanted to plunder the wealth of India. So he invaded many times to India. He plundered all the wealth. And during those days, all the temples were studded with golds and diamonds. Now the temples of Mathura, Vrindavan, Kanauj, Somnath, he attacked those temples and carried away enormous wealth. The world famous enriched library of Nalanda University was burned down by Bhaktiar Khalji. In 1175 CE to 1178 CE, Sultan Muhammad Ghori of Ghur from Afghanistan invaded India. He appointed Qutbuddin Aibak, who was a slave. He not only appointed his slave Qutbuddin Aibak, but also given him a power to rule over India. He was not interested to rule in India. He went back to his place. And Aibak started ruling the Indian territories. Who initially was a slave, became the ruler of Delhi. But he died in 1210 CE. Then we can see Ibrahim Lodi, the last Sultan. He had many enemies. Now why he had many enemies? Because Ibrahim Lodi was a man who had a temper was very bad. His temper was so bad that he would get angry on others. So he made enemies. It was very easy for him. Daulat Khan Lodi, the governor of Punjab, he interfered. Not only interfered, he had a conflict with his governor, Daulat Khan Lodi. Being angry, he was insulted in front of the other courtiers. Daulat Khan Lodi invited Babur, who was the ruler of Kabul, to fight against Ibrahim Lodi. Babur readily accepted the invitation and he fought with Ibrahim Lodi. And thus there was an end of the Sultanate. Now let us see the kingdom of Vijayanagar. During the reign of Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq of Delhi, there were several revolts in the south and the central power of Delhi. From these revolts, formidable Vijayanagar and Bahamani kingdom emerged. The brother Hariyar and Bukka from south India were the Sardars in the service of Delhi Sultanate. Taking advantage of instability in south, the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, they founded kingdom of Vijayanagar in the south in 1336 CE. Hampi in today's Karnataka was the capital. Hariyar was the first king of Vijayanagar. Hariyar was succeeded by his brother Bukka. Bukka brought the region up to Rameshwar under his control. Now let me tell you about Krishnadev Raya. Krishnadev Raya ascended the throne of Vijayanagar in the year 1509. He conquered Vijayawada. He annexed the region which was around Vijayanagar. He defeated the combined forces of armies of the Sultan and united under the leadership of Bahamani Sultan Muhammad Shah. During Krishnadev Raya's reign, the Vijayanagar extended up to Cuttack in the east, up to Goa in the west, and the Raichur Doab in the north, and the Indian Ocean in the south. Krishnadev Raya died in the year 1530. Now let me tell you something about Krishnadev Raya. Krishnadev Raya was a scholar. He wrote Amuktu Maladaya, a Telugu polity. The Hazaram temple of Vittal temple was built in Vijayanagar during Krishnadev Raya's reign. The decline of Vijayanagar kingdom began with the death of Krishnadev Raya. In 1565, Talikot, which is the present state of Karnataka, there was a battle between Adil Shahi, Nizam Shahi, Qutub Shahi, Barid Shahi on one side, Vijayanagar on the other side. Vijayanagar was defeated. After the dominance of Vijayanagar came to an end. Let us now see Bahmani kingdom. Now when I speak of Bahmani kingdom, while Muhammad bin Tughlaq was still ruling, some of his sardars in the Deccan rose against him because he was not a very strong king. Hasan Gangu defeated the army of Sultan of Delhi, and a new kingdom was known as Bahmani kingdom, which came into existence in 1347. Hasan Gangu was the first sultan of the Bahmani kingdom. He made the city of Gulbarga in Karnataka as his capital. My dear students, thus I come to an end of the first part of my video. If you like the video, please do like it. If you have not subscribed it, if you are watching for the first time, please subscribe it and also give one like. One like will change the entire attempt of mine. So I wish you all the best and may God bless you.